There, it's Cassandra the card reader, and it is time to taste the tarot. We are tasting the August monthly reading. That's what we're tasting today. And what is that like? I don't know. I want to say it's like delicious salsa because my neighborhood is just about to have a salsa competition. So, taste the tarot. It's like spicy salsa on a hot summer day here in San Antonio, Texas. So this is the spread. This is what we're doing. This is the August monthly spread. So this is designed for you to follow along and do the spread yourself for your monthly reading. If you want to use my spread that I'm going to lay out as a general reading, you're welcome to, but it's not really intended for that. It's intended for you to do your own spread. So what I have on the monthly spread, I almost always pull 5 cards for a monthly spread. That's enough that you can get a good taste without being overwhelmed, and I can still look back and get something out of it. So for August, the spread is center card is August, top card is you, or in this case me. Card on the left is growth or take a bite. Right card is release and surrender. And the bottom card is the best approach, which is like an advice card. So the reason I picked growth, take a bite, and release and surrender as these two positions is because August is an eclipse month, and we've got a solar eclipse in Leo at 20 degrees Leo and a lunar eclipse at 4 degrees Pisces on August 27th. So the North Node is about like growth. And as Austin Coppock says, taking a bite out of things. And the South Node is about release and surrender because that is the tail of the dragon. So 2026 is a Wheel of Fortune year, and the month of August is a sun year. So that right there is quite fascinating because the sun is 19 and 1 plus 9 equals 10. 10 is the wheel. So there's some kind of resonance with the month of August with the year of 2026 in and of itself. So we'll see how that plays out. So without further ado, the month of August is showing up here as the Knight of Rods. So I am taking a trip this month for a week to go to Colorado. And so that's quite appropriate for me. I don't know about you, but like I said, this is really intended to be my spread. But if you want to follow along, that's fine. But with the Knight of Rods, this is an adventurous card. This is a card of movement. This is a card of expanding horizons. This is a card of energy and movement, as I said. So that looks nice because I'll tell you, the Mercury retrograde in July. Ooh, that was a tough one. That just felt like nothing was moving in a way, but in a way not. Or in July. Did I say June? I meant Mercury retrograde in July. Yeah, it felt like nothing was moving, but yet the month was a turning point. But enough of that. So me in the month of August is coming up as the Two of Wands. So, yeah, it's time to get some plans together. It's time to get some action moving. It's time to get going on things in August. With it being such a fiery month, that doesn't surprise me. Growth and taking a bite out of something is the Queen of Pentacles. And I like that. I like that because the Queen of Pentacles in this growth position, it's like that to me, this is me working on my business. This is working on material stability. Yeah, I mean the queen is kind of it's kind of a growth card, and it's not a crazy growth card. That's what I like about it. It's not like over the top, like, oh, we're just like expanding, and I can't keep up. Like I don't really feel that with the Queen of Pentacles. I feel like the Queen of Pentacles is more manageable type growth. And it's coming from the perspective of a queen, which is it's queens like to concentrate the energy and nurture the energy to have it grow. So have those pentacles grow, have the income grow, have the foundations grow, have the support grow. That could just be like support people that are supporting you in one way or another, that are giving you certain resources, whether it's ideas, it could be money, it could be other things. So far, so good. August is looking good. So what to release and surrender here is the Ten of Cups. So this is the happily ever after. So I think it's saying to release and to surrender this idea of like making it. You know what I mean? It's like we always think, oh, like if we just do this or do that, then we arrive, then we make it. And it's like the release and surrender is saying, release that idea of like it has to be that way. And then also, there was a lot of emotional things that came up in July with, like I mentioned, that Mercury retrograde in Pisces. So that was me working with a lot of my personal emotions and my emotional state and things like that. It wasn't like emotional, like everybody was pushing my buttons and sad things happened and it was emotional. It was like dealing with the inner emotional landscape. So I think it's also saying, it's like there's a release and surrender here, that it's like there's a certain amount of emotional work that was done. So it's like, go ahead and just release that. If there's anything left over from that, go ahead and release it. But I think more than not, it's like there is no promised land here. Okay, so the best approach is the Knight of Swords. So that is yeah, that's definitely a just do it card. That we've got two nights here. So there's the August is a month of action for me, maybe for you too. I don't, but like I said, with all the eclipses and stuff, eclipses are course corrections, and they definitely get you moving in a certain direction. Let's put it that way. So yeah, with the Knight of Swords as the best approach, just go for it. Tell it like it is. Communicate what's on my mind. Um, yeah, and get it. I feel like this is saying get it in writing. I feel like is kind of the message. It's like get it in writing, whether it's like I'm writing my thoughts down, or it's like contracts or something that stipulate things that are followed by action, or just like putting it out there like this is what I'm going to do, and then it's followed by action. It's like I feel like that's like this get it in writing kind of idea, or just yeah, just go for it. So wow, so that's a lot. So that is the August spread. So I also wanted to pull an oracle card just because it's a good thing to do. And this is, oh, Lord have mercy. This is the Dream Song Oracle. Ugh. This is the Dream Song Oracle. And it's very much about the inner work kind of stuff that I just mentioned. So Dream Song Oracle, what is the Oracle card for August for me? And I have grab your monster by the tail. Oh my god, that's scary. Okay, let me read that. Grab your monster by the tail. That's 31. 31. A famous poet once said, "Perhaps all the dragons in our lives are princesses who are only waiting to see us act just once with beauty and courage." Perhaps everything that frightens us is, in its deepest essence, something helpless that wants our love. It's time to grab your monster by the tail. So many of us sweep our fears under the rug where they'll be less threatening, less likely to disrupt our comfort. The moment challenges you to stand in your power and confront what seems overwhelming, intimidating, or downright scary. Crisis is the companion of opportunity. Look beyond the surface of your fear to the gifts hiding in the deep. Wow. Okay. Yeah, and that goes with the eclipse theme. I mean, the dragon is right there. There's the dragon. There it is. And I'll just note that this eclipse, um, the solar eclipse in Leo is at 20 degrees. My sun is at 25 degrees. My son's sun is at 21 degrees. So it's kind of a big deal eclipse. I'm like, oh no. And then the lunar eclipse is at 4 Pisces, and my brother's sun is at 4 Pisces. So I'm like, well, by the end of August, I will know what it looks like that for someone to have an eclipse on their sun because it's going to happen to 3 of us all in August. So that is that. Yes. So the last thing I want to do is share with you the previous month. I always track everything, all my daily draws here. And so this is how it shook out last month. Like I said, I wrote a turning point. That was my summary of the month after the month was over. As far as major arcana cards go, I pulled the Fool 3 times. That was pretty significant because I don't pull the Fool much at all in general, and then I pulled it 3 times in 1 month. That was a lot. I pulled the Chariot twice, Judgment twice, Temperance once, the Hangman once, Justice once, and the Wheel of Fortune once. And then as far as minor arcana, the Suit of Cups 16 was the most, followed by the Wands at 11. So a lot of times the distribution on this Wands, Cups, Swords, and Pentacles is pretty even. It's pretty, you know what I mean? It's kind of like, there's more pulls by 1 or 2, but they're all pretty close. But this last month it was cups. It was cups. And like I said, there was a lot of dealing with my own emotions, working with my own emotions and my emotional state. So I feel like that fits. That fits. And then just interestingly, the totals on the numbers. Look at all these 4s. They've got 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. So how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 numbers I pulled 4 of during the month. And then there's a bunch of 2s here. There's a bunch of 2s right here, 2, 2, 2, and 2. I'm like, that's just a weird. What does that mean? I have no idea. No idea, but that's just a weird pattern. I'm like, okay. I noted it because it's such a weird pattern. So really, that's all I'll say about the spread from July, or about the daily draws from July. I looked back at the monthly spread, and I don't know that there's anything important that I want to bring up on that. But I will say that a lot of times in the Tarot Underground, which is a free circle group, link in the description, we will do a Zoom call and we'll do the monthly spread and we'll review the previous month. So that's a better format to do that than me just kind of talking in the air to nobody about what happened last month for me. It's better in a group call like that, because then it's more, then people can be like, oh, it was kind of like that for me, or it wasn't like that. And it just, yeah, I feel like you get more out of it. I don't want to just sit here and yak away, like I said, at whoever. So I encourage you to join the Tarot Underground because, like I said, it is free. And I will see you next month.